Jay. Adam. It's Preview. Hey, Peaches, welcome to Previewed, where friends don't let friends review films alone.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay.
And today we're going to react, review, riff, and at the end recommend the movie that came out only a couple hours ago on Netflix, Project Power.
Yeah, we watched it today. We're on that smooth tip.
Oh, the smoothest of tips,
Can
Jay.
you feel it?
Oh my God, it's so smooth
the
and
cutting
round.
edge. Ooh, ow, I cut my hand.
Before we actually get to it though, Jay, how about you remind everybody at home what this movie was about?
Project Power is featuring Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Jamie Foxx. It is about a pill that can give people superpowers for 5 minutes.
So this movie is extremely derivative.
Oh,
I watched this movie and I was like, oh, this is season 1 and 2 of Black Lightning.
oh, okay.
Like, and I don't know what came first. Obviously, I think it's based off of a property of another, like a graphic novel or something like that. I'm not sure. I'll look it up and put the answer here below me. But it's a lot of the tropes and stuff in this movie I've seen in other places.
Okay.
That being said, those tropes and other story elements that we've seen before are so well executed.
I would agree.
It's ridiculous how good this movie is. Because I think the script itself, going along, and not spoiling anything yet, but going along is like, yeah, this is pretty paint by numbers, nothing too super crazy, I'm having fun, I'm enjoying watching this, but the fact that they take the subject matter very seriously,
Yeah.
and Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt are elevating this decent script to something really, really good.
I think that it's the kind of script that, like, they are very fortunate that they A, got a good director, and B, got the talent that they did. Because, yeah, it definitely, like, took this... Because, like, look, we've seen a bunch... The superhero stuff is everywhere right now, which is... I'm not complaining in any way.
Love it. More, please.
But, you know, this could have been a little hackneyed. Like, it almost made me think of... I was like, man, like, Bright should have been so much better than it was.
Fairy lives don't matter today.
Yes.
The whole time. Because I was like, they nailed this. I was like, they could have nailed Bright. I was like, I don't know what the difference is exactly. But I think it's, they just kind of like, they took it a lot, like, they took it really seriously in a really fun way. Not the best movie I've seen in a long time, but as far as like a Netflix movie that I've already paid for, I was just like, this is good.
Yeah.
I don't think I would, it's the perfect Netflix movie in that I was like, there is no way in hell I would see this in the theaters. There's no way.
Nope.
But like on Netflix, I was like, yeah, this is a great afternoon. I don't hate it. I do not hate it.
Do not hate the movie. It's very well done. It's acting, just everything. Every component of this movie, acting, cinematography, the lights, everything. Just
the special
art direction,
effects,
the
man.
special effects, everything are just like top notch, really good, and elevate this good script to something really good, and I think very worth your time. It is a fun ride. It's just under 2 hours. It doesn't feel like it.
It really did clip along.
It did, surprisingly.
But also this movie had some big names in it, but I also thought like all of the side characters were really well cast. Like Robin, she's awesome. I just liked her. They like fleshed out all the characters enough.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I mean, they made this story that could be, well, it could fill a couple of seasons of a CW DC show, down to about an hour and 50 minutes, and it totally worked. Everyone had enough characterization, and the stakes were high enough for all the individual characters. Like, they did a really good job. I want to know one of the most important things, though. The actress playing Robin, was her rapping scripted? Or what did the actress have that ability to flow like that? Because her flows,
were amazing.
Feline. I'm about to make a beeline. And every single accolade for spitting about to be mine. I'ma go from old shit and goodwill to design. I'ma be rocking Dior like Dion, I'm C-Line. Or maybe I meant Celine. I'm feeling really clean. Can someone tell them other boys a real MC is coming? No humming. My name already chose a different bird. I killed your little freestyle. Give me another word.
I think it's a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B. I think it's the kind of thing where they were like, they cast her with that ability, and they were like, hey, we want you to write these. Like, you're gonna know what they're gonna be.
Sure.
But like, you need to we want you to write them, and we want you to perform them like they're coming right off the dome, because like it's the kind of thing. It was one of my favorite parts of the movie, and it led
twice,
to,
yeah.
and it truly led to like. It reinforced like kind of like the moral of the story to me in a really, really nice way.
It was it's a very smart way of doing it.
And that it was just like, you don't need to have superpowers like to be super. And I was like, yeah. I was like, at the end of the movie, I was like, that's a dumb moral, but I see it and it's making me happy.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I was like, that is a really hackneyed way, like hackneyed moral of the story, but they do it in such an earnest way that I really like.
That's this movie in a nutshell. I see where this is going. This is kind of cliche.
But I'm having a great time.
I love this. You're doing such a good job with this.
This movie
Yay.
to me is like it's like a really good roller coaster that you've been on a bunch of times.
Yes.
You're like, I know all the twists and turns, but like I'm still having a lot of fun riding it. Should we get into spoiler stuff?
I think we should go to the spoilers. If you guys don't want spoilers, go to this time code, just popping up here-ish. But right now, last warning, spoilers ahead.
Spoilers ahead.
I felt like one of the major issues with this movie, and again, I really loved it, was that I think they had a problem with, they were using Dragon Ball Z time, because when you pop the pill, you only get 5 minutes. And Frieza said,
5 minutes. That's how long you have.
24 episodes later, 5 minutes from the eclipses and the planet blows up. It just seemed like there was a few times during the film that's like, should
should be done.
Yeah, shouldn't you be done by now? Yeah. Wait, they were able to move that fast to another point in 5. You kind of like shake. I mean, I kind of like, this shouldn't have taken 5 minutes, but whatever.
Yeah,
this is fun.
But whatever.
This is fun. When we kind of get the story really rolling here with the invisible guy.
Yeah.
When he shows up, and of course, again,
not invisible.
Oh, camouflaged.
Camouflage.
But every time somebody camouflaged and/or / invisible shows up nowadays, the first thing that pops into my head.
That ain't the invisible cunt.
I said it to myself again, just apropos of nothing, just saying to myself like, hee, because I wanted him to blow up. Unfortunately, he didn't. But like chasing camouflage guy, who is probably one of the dumbest people of all time.
In what way?
It's like, just gonna go see what this is in his bank bag full of gold. Oh no! Exploding ink. That's duh,
yeah,
sir.
That's duh.
Duh.
That is rule number 1. There's an ink pack in there, and you got to figure out a way to get it out.
After when he shows up, when Joseph Gordon-Levitt like walks through, and it's like, oh, I think he's there. It's like I was started singing "Somebody I Used to Know" by.
Yeah.
That whole action scene with chase scene was really well done. Like, how did they have this guy? Because that's difficult.
Yeah.
Of having that guy riding through the streets of New Orleans, camouflage / invisible, dealing with all this stuff and hitting people.
But again, I feel like his time frame had kind of run out at a certain point. I was like, I feel like it's
because like
if
he takes the pill to go. If Joseph Gordon-Levitt takes the pill to go in, when did that guy take the pill to go camo? Because like,
I don't know.
Again, didn't matter. It was a great scene. It was lots of fun. Just the logic breaks down a little bit when you think about it for a second.
There was also a good amount more body horror in this movie than I thought there was going to be.
Oh, okay, sure.
Hey, when he just impales that dude on the ice sculpture, I was like, go! Oh no! Like that went from 0 to 60. Oh, like that was for me when the movie kind of switched. I was like, oh, we're gonna be really, really murdering some folks.
That fight scene right in the middle of the movie, kind of gets us from Act 2 to Act 3. Yeah, impaling that guy, and not only impaling him on ice, but then bleeding into the ice luge is like, oh, this is really cool. Meanwhile, they turned a girl into Elsa. In the middle, referenced
when she's freezing up and then pulls her fingers off, I was like, I don't know about this movie anymore. I don't feel good.
I really, really enjoyed that fight scene, and here's why. Because huge Mexican standoff with 20 different people, because everyone's got a gun.
I think I know what you're going to talk
And then the guy's like, ah, ha, ha, I'm going to take a pill, and I'll have the trump card, and I'll win. Oh, no, I explodey. Right?
Oh,
and then it starts everyone, oh, no, everyone's diving and shooting. Like, everyone's getting knocked off here and there. And then the action switches from outside this container that they have Elsa in, who's like showing off the example of the product of this pill that the drug cartels from South America are going to get to, like, get more political power or something like that. So it switches from the camera is outside watching all this stuff happen to inside with her not being able to control her powers. And not only do you still see the action going on,
the entire scene,
but she's like freezing, so like the glass is freezing, stuff like that. But you can still see all the action going on outside. It's time to like seeing ice get knocked off the glass.
It may be the best like sequence in the movie,
I think
just from like a shot perspective. Because I was like, because like again, we were talking about this movie we've kind of seen this before to a certain extent, but like that was there are some shots in the movie I was like, never seen that before. Yep, never seen that before. And that's strictly from a director and cinematography standpoint. I was like, oh yeah, like they really elevated this movie in a really nice way. And that's also the location scout of this movie, nailed it. That apartment building with all the graffiti on it was amazing. But then all like the locations that they were in, I was like, this is unique, but I believe that that's where they are. Mm-hmm. Like it's not this doesn't feel like a movie set right now, but it also totally feels like a movie set. Mm-hmm. There's like that fine line of almost comic booky locations, but also not feeling over the top, which is tough to do in this kind of movie.
Yeah, the cinematography was very realistic. Not a whole lot of like color swapping. It wasn't like super blue like the DC films are, or like up the orange or whatever, and some Marvel stuff like that. I was like, no, just like straight. This is nice color palette. You can see everything, nice and easy. One of the best things about this movie, though, is the fact that you never know what power you're gonna get.
You might just die
as a viewer. Like, you know the tension's always there that someone could pop a pill and have powers, but you don't know going into a scene or going into a fight scene what people are capable of.
When the guy had the marrow ability, I was like, yes, I like it. That's so cool. Also, what happens at the end of that time? That must be so painful.
Also, when he pops out all the spikes and stuff, which are neat, why did he pop one out of the back of his spine right behind his head? Because I honestly thought that, Jimmy Fox is going to go boop, and like he's gonna stab himself in the back of the head.
I don't know, man.
I mean, that kind of happened, but not in the way I thought it was.
There's a lot of low-key face impaling on this in this movie. But also, the most body horror thing was when the guy's arm got locked in the door. The stretchy guy that could just like,
Yeah.
I was like, I appreciate that. That's how you gotta get out of that problem, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. But also, I'm very upset.
Well, I think they did a really good job with the powers.
Yeah.
Like, the guy on fire in the first big power fight was Jamie Foxx versus Pyro Guy, or the Human Torch.
Yeah.
And, like, that
But also, you could see he had, like, clearly the first time didn't go great.
Yeah. And because I gave little hints of what people's powers could be.
Yeah.
And then showed them off. But, like, it was never given to you. And I thought that was it just did such a good job of keeping the tension going of, oh, no, that guy's going to pop a pill. But what's it going to be? Oh, he turns into the Hulk type kind of a creature. Rawr!
I'm just going to say this. The one thing that I really couldn't believe about all of this, I don't believe that the U.S. government is not funding this project.
Well,
I don't believe, like, they're like, oh, well, yeah, duh. Like, super soldiers? Sure.
Well, they never yes or no to that question.
They did kind of set it up for a sequel in a fun way, too. I mean, not overtly. But
no. But, yeah, definitely, like, because Joseph Gordon-Levitt says at the end, like...
You think this is really over?
Because, like, it clearly isn't. But Jamie Foxx then says, well, it is for me. I am out. I'm done. No, thank you. Me and my daughter saved the day.
Yeah.
We are leaving. And good for him. I think like, that's a good... Because going into that final confrontation, and the fact that it was raining, and the fact that they were alluding to it the whole time.
Yeah.
They did such a good job with Jamie Foxx's power.
Because you don't know what it's going to be.
You don't know what it's going to be. I don't know if he was lying when he was trying to talk his way out of that thing.
It's the most powerful animal on the planet. Shut up. Some people think it's the lion because, they're big. It's actually the pistol shrimp. Little bitty guy. Look harmless, but it hits you so fast. It vaporizes the water around him.
As the claw snaps shut, it fires a blast of bubbles. Incredibly, as the bubbles collapse, they momentarily reach the temperature of the sun. This implosion causes a shockwave that stuns.
At the end, he's like, all right, final standoff. We've held this card the whole movie. I've got this pill I've shown a couple times now. We're forced into a situation where I have to take it. It's raining. I'm like, oh, well, if it's raining, it's got to be something shockwave-ish.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way to truly show how powerful something is to have it be raining. So you can see the effect of whatever the power is on the raindrops.
Yeah.
To extrapolate, like, oh my god, this is so amazing! And he basically opens the Ark of the Covenant on all these guys and melts them like Nazis. It's so well done. Honestly, I was thinking it's even better than any of the Phoenix effects from the X-Men films.
Way better.
Like, he straight melts these guys in such an amazing fashion.
Yeah.
And the fact that he was able to control it, and the fact what they did with the rain to really sell what was going on, it's just, seriously, worth the money going in is just to watch the end.
Yeah.
It's really that good.
I'm ready to be done talking about this.
Sure. Okay, spoilers over. Jay, would you recommend the Project Powers?
Hell yeah. This is a great hungover afternoon movie. It's like got good action. It's fun. This isn't like a weekend night movie. I think this is like a weekday movie.
Oh, sure.
You know?
Oh,
like, what are we going to watch? Oh, I'll put this on. This is fun. You know, it's the kind of movie you can check your phone during and like still enjoy it. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think this is like a hard focus movie.
No.
But I mean that as a compliment. It's just like, this is a good time.
Yeah, I actually did not check my phone much during this movie. Which a lot of times, everything's dual screen nowadays because you're looking at your phone while something's going on.
Yep.
But this movie held my attention through most of it. It is a lot of fun. I highly recommend this movie. Again, wouldn't go see it in the theaters, but this is a fantastically good Netflix movie. No, it's a really good Netflix movie. This is
one of the better ones we've seen in a while.
Yes, this is better than The Old Guard. And The Old Guard was good. I enjoyed it, but this was definitely better than The Old Guard.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this movie? Do you want to see this movie? Let us know what you think down below in our comment section, or while you're down there, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Do that, YouTube, that you do so well. Guacamole's extra. You pill-popping weirdos, you.
Just be careful, though. There's like a 1 in 50 chance you might explode.
Explode.
It's just like all...
Explode.
Just all over the place. Be careful, everyone.
Or you might freeze to death and pull your body apart while you're crawling for safety.
Other videos are popping up here. Please watch those. We would appreciate it as much as we appreciate you watching this one. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.